Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and explore a kind of crazy hypothetical. What would actually happen if we just stopped using concrete tomorrow?
Well, to put it simply, modern human civilization and literally all of its infrastructure would instantly grind to a halt. We rely on it for our homes, our highways, dams, defense structures, our utilities. I mean, taking concrete out of the equation means ripping away the very foundation of the modern world. As structural engineer M. Ramaya notes, the sheer versatility and insane compressive strength of this material have made it the undisputed backbone of global development. It's affordable, it's moldable, and it's incredibly dependable. We truly are living in the age of concrete. To really wrap your head around our immense reliance on this stuff, consider this staggering number. Global production of cement reached 1.3 billion tons way back in 1996, and it's only skyrocketed since then. Today, the concrete and cement industry is this massive economic engine, supporting over 40 million jobs globally across manufacturing, hauling, and construction. So, what does that sheer volume actually look like on an individual level? Well, it breaks down to slightly more than a ton of concrete produced each year for every single human being on Earth. Just think about that for a second. An entire ton of rock, sand, and cement manufactured annually just to sustain your personal share of the global infrastructure. And the Hoover Dam in the US brilliantly illustrates exactly why we use so much of it. We rely on concrete because we're able to build colossal, highly durable structures like the Hoover Dam, which was poured back in the 1930s and is literally designed to last for over a millennium. When we need absolute permanence, water resistance, and immense strength, concrete is, without a doubt, the material of choice. But if we absolutely cannot stop building because our growing global population demands it, why is there such an urgent push to stop making concrete the traditional way? Section 1. The environmental breaking point. The really crucial point here is the environmental toll. The Portland cement industry alone is responsible for a massive 7% of the world's carbon dioxide emissions. For a single manufactured product to account for nearly a tenth of global greenhouse gases, that's a staggering reality. We simply cannot keep producing more and more traditional cement without absolutely devastating the atmosphere. And the reason traditional Portland cement is so damaging really comes down to intense heat. Manufacturing it requires baking raw materials at 1450 degrees Celsius in massive kilns. This intensely high-temperature process accounts for 80% of the entire concrete industry's power consumption, devouring fossil fuels and emitting almost a full ton of CO2, 0.87 tons to be exact, for every single ton of cement produced. Plus, it's the largest consumer of natural water, sand, gravel, and crushed rock on the planet. Because we're depleting those natural resources so rapidly and polluting the air, the concrete industry must fundamentally shift to what's called a sustainable regime. Basically, this means we need to dramatically improve energy efficiency by up to 50% over the next quarter century. We have to meet our present construction needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. So, how do we actually pull this off? How do we build without Portland cement? That brings us to Section 2, radical cement replacements. One immediate, highly effective solution to phase out highly polluting Portland cement without collapsing our infrastructure is high-volume fly ash concrete, or HVFA. This technique replaces 50 to 60% of the cement with fly ash, which is actually an industrial waste byproduct from power generation. By using this, we not only drastically cut down cement emissions, but we also solve a massive landfill disposal problem for the fly ash itself, all while keeping excellent structural durability. It's a total win-win. But we can take things even further. Even more radical is geopolymer concrete. First coined back in 1978, this is an incredible innovation that utilizes absolutely zero Portland cement. Instead of relying on traditional cement paste, it uses an alkaline chemical solution to react with source materials, like that fly ash we just talked about, to form a solid polymer gel that binds the rocks and sand together perfectly. When you compare the two directly, the leap forward is pretty obvious. While traditional cement needs massive heat and emits huge amounts of CO2, geopolymer concrete offers a brilliant answer to our what-if question. It requires practically no heat, cures rapidly through chemistry rather than baking, features extremely low CO2 emissions, and actually offers excellent resistance against chemical deterioration, like sulfate attacks. But true sustainability isn't just about the initial mix of the concrete. Let's look at Section 3, self-healing and sustainable futures. Enter bacterial concrete. Now, I know this sounds like pure science fiction, but it's very real. This is a futuristic technology where microscopic bacterial cultures are mixed directly into the concrete, living completely dormant inside the structure. As soon as a crack forms and water seeps in, these bacteria wake up and literally heal the cracks by secreting a mineral called calcite, plugging the hole from the inside out. This elegantly solves the problem of crazing, which is that pattern of small surface cracks that just happens due to everyday environmental wear. In normal concrete, water enters those cracks, reaches the internal steel reinforcements, and causes them to rust and expand, eventually destroying the structure from the inside. But with bacterial concrete, these active microbes repair the damage internally the very moment it starts, dramatically enhancing durability and extending the life of the building by decades. The reality here is we can't simply stop using concrete tomorrow. Our modern world would collapse. But through microscopic innovations like bacterial healing and cementless alternatives like geopolymers, we can completely stop the pollution it creates, transforming it into an energy-efficient, eco-friendly material. Our ultimate goal isn't just to build faster, it's to construct marvels that are incredibly durable. We actually have evidence of 2,000-year-old concrete wharfs built by the Romans during the time of Julius Caesar using volcanic ash, and they are still standing today. Our modern high-tech concrete should aim for that exact same level of permanence. So as we phase out the highly polluting ways of the past and embrace these revolutionary new mixtures, I want to leave you with this thought. If our materials can now heal themselves and spare the environment, what lasting legacy will our civilization choose to leave etched in stone for the next 1,000 years?